Albert Camus was a French philosopher, author, and journalist who lived in the 20th century. He is widely regarded as one of the most important thinkers of his time, and his philosophy continues to inspire people today. Camus's work is characterized by a deep concern with the human condition and the meaning of life in the face of absurdity, contradictions, and the inevitability of death. His approach to philosophy is grounded in a belief that individuals must confront the absurdity of life with courage and authenticity, even in the face of immense suffering and injustice. In this way, Camus's philosophy provides a guide for navigating life's challenges and contradictions with a sense of purpose and meaning. This video will explore the key themes of Camus's philosophy and how they can be applied to our daily lives. The absurdity of life. Camus believed that human existence is fundamentally absurd. There is no inherent meaning or purpose to our lives. We are born into a world that is indifferent to our desires and struggles, and we will inevitably die. This sense of the absurd can be disorienting and unsettling, as it challenges many of the assumptions we make about the world. However, Camus argued that this sense of absurdity is also liberating. If life has no inherent meaning, then we are free to create our own values and goals. We are not bound by the expectations of society or religion, and we are not constrained by any predetermined destiny. To Camus, the absurdity of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be embraced. He rejected the idea that we can find ultimate meaning or fulfillment in religion, philosophy, or any other system of thought. Instead, he advocated for what he called philosophical rebellion, the refusal to accept the absurdity of life as a reason to give up or despair. This rebellion involves a commitment to living fully in the present moment, even in the face of adversity and suffering. By embracing the absurdity of life, we can cultivate a sense of freedom and authenticity. We can find joy and meaning in the small moments of beauty and connection that make life worth living, even as we acknowledge its ultimate futility. Ultimately, Camus believed that by embracing the absurdity of life, we can create a more honest and authentic existence for ourselves, free from the illusions and delusions that often lead us astray. Embracing the absurd. To Camus, embracing the absurd means accepting the fact that life is unpredictable, chaotic, and often unfair. It means acknowledging that our existence has no inherent meaning or purpose, and that we must create our own values and goals. This can be a difficult concept to accept, as it challenges many of the assumptions we make about the world. However, Camus believed that by embracing the absurdity of life, we can cultivate a sense of freedom and authenticity. When we embrace the absurd, we acknowledge that we cannot control the circumstances of our lives. We may face illness, loss, or other forms of adversity that seem senseless and unfair. However, by accepting these realities and finding ways to cope with them, we can find a sense of freedom and agency. We can choose how we respond to the challenges we face, rather than feeling helpless or defeated. Embracing the absurd also means finding joy and meaning in spite of the chaos and uncertainty of life. We can find beauty in the small moments of connection and kindness that make life worth living, even if we cannot find ultimate meaning or purpose. By accepting the limitations of our existence, we can focus on what is truly important and meaningful to us. This can lead to a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose, even in the face of adversity. In essence, Camus believed that by embracing the absurdity of life, we can find a deeper sense of freedom, authenticity, and joy. We can live more fully in the present moment, rather than being preoccupied with the past or future. We can find meaning and purpose in the small things, rather than searching endlessly for ultimate answers or solutions. By embracing the absurd, we can cultivate a more honest and authentic existence, free from the illusions and delusions that often hold us back. Living in the present moment. To Camus, living in the present moment is an essential aspect of embracing the absurd and cultivating a sense of freedom and authenticity. He believed that many of us are preoccupied with the past or future, and we often miss the beauty and meaning of the present moment. By focusing on the here and now, we can cultivate a greater sense of mindfulness and appreciation for the world around us. Living in the present moment means letting go of regrets about the past and anxieties about the future. We cannot change what has already happened, nor can we predict what will happen in the future. By accepting this reality and focusing on the present, we can let go of the burdens of the past and the worries about the future. Camus also believed that living in the present moment means embracing the small moments of joy and beauty that are all around us, rather than constantly striving for bigger, better, or more. We can find contentment and fulfillment in the simple pleasures of life. This might include spending time with loved ones, enjoying a beautiful sunset, or savoring a delicious meal. Living in the present moment also means being fully engaged with the world around us. Rather than going through the motions of life, we can be present and attentive to our experiences. This can help us develop a deeper sense of empathy and understanding for others, and can help us cultivate a greater sense of gratitude for the many blessings in our lives. In essence, Camus believed that living in the present moment is essential to cultivating a sense of freedom and authenticity. By focusing on the here and now, we can let go of the burdens of the past and the anxieties about the future. We can find joy and meaning in the simple pleasures of life, and we can develop a deeper sense of empathy and gratitude for the world around us. By living in the present moment, we can cultivate a more mindful, fulfilling, and authentic existence. Embrace freedom. This concept is central to his philosophy of existentialism, which emphasizes the individual's responsibility to create meaning and purpose in life. Camus believed that humans are free to shape our own destiny, and that we should take responsibility for our actions and choices. In the face of life's challenges and contradictions, we have the power to choose how we respond. We can choose to embrace our freedom and create meaning in even the most difficult situations, or we can choose to give up and succumb to despair. Camus believed that the pursuit of freedom is a never-ending process, as we must continually confront the absurdity of life and make choices that align with our values and beliefs. By embracing our freedom and taking responsibility for our lives, we can find meaning and purpose in the midst of the chaos and uncertainty of life. Camus's philosophy encourages us to live authentically, to be true to ourselves, and to make choices that reflect our deepest values and beliefs. In doing so, we can create a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends our circumstances and gives us the courage to face whatever challenges may come our way. Face our fears. Albert Camus believed that facing our fears is essential to living a full and meaningful life. He argued that fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking risks and pursuing our goals. In his view, avoiding fear only leads to a life of mediocrity and stagnation. Instead, he believed that we must confront our fears head-on, even if it means facing the possibility of failure or rejection. By doing so, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our limits, and we can develop the courage and resilience necessary to overcome future challenges. Camus believed that the struggle itself can be a source of meaning and fulfillment. He saw life as a constant battle against the forces of chaos and despair, and he believed that our struggles can bring us closer to a sense of purpose and connection with the world around us. Ultimately, Camus believed that facing our fears is an essential aspect of the human experience, and that doing so can help us live more fully and authentically. Live with integrity. According to Albert Camus, living with integrity and being true to oneself is crucial for a fulfilling and meaningful life. He believed that our actions define us and that we must take responsibility for our choices, even when they are difficult or unpopular. Camus saw personal integrity as the foundation for ethical behavior and a sense of purpose in life. He argued that when we act with integrity, we align our actions with our deepest values and beliefs. This alignment gives us a sense of inner peace and satisfaction, as we feel that we are living in a way that is true to ourselves. Camus also emphasized the importance of being authentic in our relationships with others. He believed that by being honest and transparent with others, we can build trust and respect, which are essential for healthy relationships. At the same time, he acknowledged that living with integrity can be challenging. It often requires us to make difficult choices and to face the possibility of criticism or rejection. However, Camus argued that the rewards of living with integrity are well worth the effort. When we act in accordance with our deepest values, we create a sense of coherence and meaning in our lives that can sustain us through even the most challenging times. Ultimately, Camus saw personal integrity as a crucial component of a life well lived, and he believed that it is something that we must strive for throughout our lives. Embrace the absurdity of love. Albert Camus believed that love is inherently absurd, yet it is also a powerful force for creating meaning and connection in our lives. He saw love as a paradoxical experience that involves two individuals coming together despite the meaninglessness of existence. In Camus's view, love is an affirmation of life in the face of death and despair. He believed that love is a way of transcending the absurdity of our existence and creating a sense of purpose and connection with the world around us. Camus saw romantic love as one of the most intense and transformative experiences that a person can have. He believed that it has the power to change us in profound ways, often challenging our assumptions and helping us to grow and develop as individuals. However, Camus also acknowledged that love can be difficult and painful, as it involves vulnerability and the possibility of rejection. He believed that the absurdity of love lies in its ability to create both joy and suffering, and that this paradoxical experience is essential to its transformative power. Ultimately, Camus saw love as a fundamental part of the human experience, and he believed that it is something that we should embrace, despite its inherent absurdity.